Friday, everybody. Our program will now begin. fellow trustees, Edison School, faculty, students, especially our seniors, and distinguished guests that are here this morning. I am here to finally talk about Bruno. Actually, I am here to declare and underscore the simple proposition that each of you has the divine right to achieve whatever dream to which you put your mind. Whether or not you know it, today we each have been given a unique opportunity to hit the refresh button, to reinvent ourselves and reach out for the art of the possible. To do that, you must first push past the fear and persevere. You must push past the fear and persevere. Regardless of the individual impact you have each suffered over the past 2 or so years. We have all suffered. We have gone through the single most traumatic collective experience of mankind in what I hope will be all of our lifetimes. Whether you wanted it or not, you had to persevere. And you did. What has brought you to this point is the inner strength of perseverance. You each kept on going in your own way, and you pushed past the fear and are now here. So, with this newfound strength, forged out of collective human adversity, I challenge you. I challenge you to repurpose and use it to become in mind and in reality what you aspire to be. So let us today create a compact amongst ourselves and to commit to ourselves that whatever challenges we had yesterday, whatever doubts we had about ourselves or our abilities, and whatever hurdles seemed impossible to overcome, we put such doubt aside and say we will persevere and do and become and live our dreams and our best experiences. So, pay no mind to doubters, whoever your Bruno is. Forget your own self-doubt, your own Bruno, and awaken your passion for their great expectations of you, and then you to yourself. As the days, weeks, months, and years go, I ask that you each encourage each other to always push past the fear and then persevere, for it is a community effort. You each have to support each other in that regard. We owe it to each other. It is our humanity. And I encourage each of you to be the strong social group that you are and that has led PCDS to this point. With that, I would now like to introduce our illustrious head of school, who is an embodiment of perseverance and a person that I know will push past the fear. Mr. Ray.
Friday in April. It's hard to believe that it's been 2.5 years, you guys. I can't believe that that's how long we've gone, but here we are. As Mr. Felly said, these last 2 years have really put us to the test. It's tested our confidence, it's tested our courage, it's tested our patience, but I have to tell you, I never lost faith that we would push through, that we would persevere, and that we are here today is evidence of the fact that we have and that we are doing so. And I thought that I would take today as a moment to thank all of you for the roles that you played in helping us push through. I want to thank Mr. Felly and all the trustees for the support that you guys lent. You guys are the best. I want to thank our faculty and staff. There is no faculty and staff like ours. You guys, you made this happen. Thank you. People wondered how our students would manage, especially our little guys, and you guys were amazing, like amazing. Without your help and without your support, we would have never gotten through this as we did. So thank you to all of our students. But in particular, I want to thank the group to my right, the group in front of you, our seniors, who I think worried that they were going to have their final year really tarnished by that experience. And because of their leadership, we've been able to really glide through as well as possible. So you seniors, you guys, fantastic. Just a quick moment, I'm curious, which of you seniors have been here since pre-K or K? Our lifers, please stand up. Thank you, seniors. And not to be forgotten, my peeps, the class of 2035. Today's pre-K. Come on in. High school students, close your eyes and think for a moment about what you'll be doing in 2035. Okay, with a few more words on the notion of perseverance, I want to invite 3 students up to the stand, and I'm going to start with 4th grader Jenna El-Masri. Jenna.
Perseverance means to achieve things even with difficulties. It means to keep going. One should always set a goal and keep trying their best until they get there. I know many people who persevere, but I'm only going to tell you about 5. Walt Disney, Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein, Vincent Van Gogh, and Michael Jackson. First, Walt Disney made movies and cartoon characters. But before, he was fired from his job because they said he lacked ideas and he wasn't good at his job. Walt Disney kept on going and did not give up. He wanted to achieve something that he could be proud of. So he created one of the most magical places on earth, Disneyland. Thomas Edison is another example. People say he was unteachable when he was young. But he tried 1,000 ways to make the light bulb and finally found one solution. It took him 14 months to reach his goal. One of my favorites is Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein did not speak till he was 4 and did not read till he was 7. Eventually, Albert Einstein was expelled from school and denied entry to Zurich Polytechnic School. Albert Einstein kept on going and worked hard and was most famous for the theory of relativity. Vincent Van Gogh had a tough time selling his paintings. He only sold one to his best friend. That did not stop. He created 800 more paintings that now sell for hundreds of millions of dollars. Last but not least, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson loved his family to do what was right for him. His dad pushed him too hard. He kept on going and made wonderful songs that people can enjoy. In my life, I sometimes have a hard time to keep going. Many of my friends and teachers encourage me. One example when I persevered was when I moved to Greenwell, Texas. I kept on going to tennis 3 or 4 times a week. I and keep going, you can achieve many things.
Eighth grader Maeve Brown.
Good morning, everyone. As you just heard, my name is Maeve Brown, and I'm a member of the 8th grade. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about perseverance. I believe that perseverance is a key to success. If we persevere through adversity, anything is possible. If we persevere past failure, we can reach our greatest accomplishments. Therefore, it is a necessary tool to achieve anything extraordinary. We persevere each and every day, but we must recognize its significance in our lives. Abraham Lincoln once said, "I am a slow walker, but I never walk back." I believe that perseverance is about continuing on no matter what, and getting back up again after we have fallen down. And no matter how hard this fall was, and how grueling it may be to get back up again. We fall, we fail, and we make mistakes. But failure is never final if you persevere. It comes and goes, but it never ends our attempts of what we do. And unless we give up, if we keep trying, failure doesn't finish what we do. It only teaches us our shortcomings, so we can persevere onward with more knowledge than before. When we fail, we make ourselves believe that this is the end, that failure concludes our efforts, and it makes it impossible to continue. But this is not the case. If we persevere through failure, we give ourselves another chance. We allow ourselves to achieve the best we can, and we can be far superior than our past selves. If we don't persevere through a failure, maybe a failure in a project at school, or maybe a failure on a sports team, we wouldn't be able to come back stronger and reach our goals. When we persevere through adversity, we allow ourselves to reach new potential. Success does not come easily, and hard work is the only way to achieve greatness. We can't just give up if we have any hopes of achieving success in the end. Instead, we must continue on, no matter the obstacles we face, because nothing at all in life comes easy. I was always told that when you're running a mile, there's a point when everything gets easier. It's a barrier you have to pass, and once you persevere past it, the task at hand becomes far less challenging. I can relate this to anything in life, that if you persevere, even though it may seem impossible at first, there will always be a point when you pass this barrier in your way. And every moment in life, big or small, requires perseverance. Every task has a beginning and an end, and in order to get from the start to the finish, we must persevere. These moments can certainly be significant or life-changing, but they can also be small and simple. Every day, we persevere through something, many things in fact. Perseverance is wrapped into our life in so many different ways. We need it every single day, and it can change the outcome of any challenge headed our way. We persevere, not because we want to, but because we have to. If we choose not to, we become stuck, unable to progress towards our goals or achieve our very best. Adversity hinders us in our efforts, but it does not stop us. We are only as good as we allow ourselves to be, and can only achieve what we set our minds to. Because if we are not prepared to, if we do not want to, we cannot will ourselves to persevere through this adversity and achieve greatness. From the wise words of MLK, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving forward. We persevere all the time, and it only takes an understanding of its importance to truly use it to achieve our best. Thank you.
And finally, senior Sabrina Bailey.
Students, faculty, trustees, and my fellow seniors, welcome to our first Friday Assembly. I'm honored to be speaking to you all today. Obviously, this is not a traditional first Friday, but nothing about the past year has been equal. There have been changes and obstacles, disappointments and setbacks, most of which seemed insurmountable the moment we faced them. But at the time, we think we've reached our capacity to meet a challenge. We're reminded that capacity is limitless, as long care of each other, rely on one another, and strive to persevere together. The most important lesson I've learned from the past 2 years is that none of us are born with a certain amount of resilience. It is a muscle, and that means we can build it. We build resilience into ourselves, and we build it together as a community. This collective resilience is an incredibly powerful force, and it's one that our world needs a lot more of right now. It is in our relationships with each other that we find our ability to persevere, our capacity to love, and the power to make lasting change in the world around us. The ability to persevere is grounded in hope. That if you take action, you can make things better. We normally think of hope as something that's held to individual people. But hope, like resilience, is something that we can grow and nurture together in our own PCDS community. We only have 2 months left until the end of the school year. And for us seniors, until the end of our time at PCDS. So let me address this question to each and every one of you. What do you want to make better? What good do you hope to accomplish? What are you going to do with the time you have left? Regardless of what happened last semester, regardless of what passed in our life, inside each one of us lies the ability to affect real change in our community, as long as we have the courage to recognize it in ourselves and seize the opportunities we're given. We'll never get back all the time we've lost, or the opportunities that could have been. But what we've gained through experiencing these trials together is invaluable. But benefits in the future, even if we can't see that now. And after everything we've gone through together, more than anything, I urge you all to cherish every moment the end of the year brings. Cherish learning new things about the world around you and exploring your passions. Cherish walking into the quad in the morning or swinging on a swing set. Cherish the community you've made here, whether that's a sports team, a club, or a favorite class. As the end of the school year draws near, it is more important than ever to take stock of people here who positively impact your life and who build resilience in you. We must never take for granted this special place where we are privileged to work, live, and learn from each other every day. Ralph Waldo Emerson once wrote, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are but tiny matters compared to what lies within us." So, with this in mind, I ask you again, what good are we capable of doing if we do it together? What are we going to do with the time we have? How are we going to leave our mark on PCDS? I wish all of you a happy end to your school year, and the best of luck in making this school a better place, however you hope to do it. Thank you.
Thank you to all of our speakers and to everybody who had a hand in making this wonderful traditional day happen. I wish you all well on this first Friday and through the weekend and certainly through the rest of the school year. We will start by asking our seniors to lead us out to this side of the room.